So nice and easy, start upper body. So we're going to start on all fours, twist underneath, take your shoulder to the floor, open back up. We do 10 right, 10 left. So it's slow and steady, guys. So you roll that hand across the floor so you're reaching through as much as you can. Good. So once you've done that, guys, turn the palm, the fingertips back towards you as much as you can. The heel of the hands down on the floor. And then we're just leaning back, so we're stretching up the forearms. Good. And all I want you to do there is just pulse off. So you're taking the stretch out, leaning back a bit more into it. So you're just trying to get a bit more of a stretch. You do that 10 times. So a little rock forward, take the stretch away. Nice and slow backwards, get a bit more range of motion in there if you can. Do that 10 times. And then what we're going to do from there, we're going to flip the pot to the back of the hand. We're going to get those flat on the floor. And all we're going to do from there is try and extend our arms, keeping the hands completely flat on the floor. If that's a bit too much of a stretch, just turn your fingers inwards slightly. I'm going to really try and focus on getting these elbows tall. And again, what I want you to do with that, rock forward, so you take the tension out, push back, get a really good stretch, keep the base of the hand on the floor though. 10 times. It's usually quite a tender one. So you're not going to get much motion in this, guys, just a little bit of movement. Just encourage it at different angles. And then once you've done that, we'll lay on the floor. So we're going to go with our arm out to the side to start with, directly out level with the shoulder. We're going to roll across for about 10-15 seconds. We're going to hold there, guys. Good. From there, we're going to take our arm backwards slightly. So we're staying in the same position. We roll across, straight back in front of us slightly, roll across again. And then from there, we're just going to start to build the arm up. So rather than it being here, it's going up to the top and we're going in and out, rolling out, okay? So it's there, across, back in, a little bit higher across. Oh boy. So when you've got all the way up to the top with that arm, we're then going to work it back down. So you come a little bit lower down again, roll across, a little bit lower down, roll across. And then when you get back down to the level, we're going to swap sides. So it's out to the left side, level with the shoulder, and then we roll across and we hold 10 to 15 seconds. Good. And again from there, bring the arm lower than the shoulder, and pulse over, back in, level with the shoulder, roll over, get a good stretch in the front of the shoulder, back in, and a little bit higher up. So we're working in a clock face sort of fashion. When we're rolling, make sure that shoulder's staying on the floor. And again, when you hit the top, just start to work back down. Good. Once you got there, we'll go back to that initial first arm, 90 degrees at the elbow this time, level with the shoulder. And just a nice 10-second stretch, push that shoulder into the floor. You roll across as much as you can. You're not going to be able to get very far with this one, guys, so I want your shoulder touching the floor all the time. Good. And then we'll swap arms. So 90 degrees at the elbow, shoulder pushing into the floor, and just a little roll across. Good. And then we're up onto hands and knees. If you've got your resistance band, guys, grab it now. If not, don't worry about it. We're going to do cat cows. We're going to start there. Wrap the top of the band around the back where you feel tightest. And then it's in the hands underneath, so you're pinning it down. So for me, it's sort of the lower part of the rib cage I feel it the most. And all you can do from there, 10 cat cows. So you arch up as much as you can. You're pushing against the band. You're round through as much as you can. And remember, you're moving the head as well, chin to chest, arching the back, looking up as tall as you can when you're here. Nice and slow and steady, guys. So I want you to do 1 rep to 1 breath, okay? Good. And then we get rid of the band when you've done that. A nice easy stretch into your glutes, cross over. We've done it before. And we sink our rib cage down towards the hips. And then from there, with our arms, we reach forward as much as we can. So you should feel it stretch the mum cheek of the bent leg. And then you should feel it starting to pull up in towards the shoulder blade. If not, just keep walking forward and across with the arms. Good. And change legs. Good. And back in. So we're going to fly through everything, well, blast through everything once today, guys, and we'll get 10 minutes working at the end. So we're going 90-90 stretch. So on your knees, on your knee on the back leg, on the toes as well. Push forward from the hips, you squeeze your bum. And with the front knee, we take it as wide as we can as well. So that's your start position. Push forward, then your knee goes as wide as you can. But we don't want to be arching our back and leaning backwards here. So it's not this motion we're getting. Hips are tucked under, you're driving forward. Good. And from there, going to do a little bit of work. So you're staying with that stretch. It's 10 reps. So you're on your toes. You keep stretching the back leg. You're just going to lift the knee off the floor a couple of inches, rest back down, lift it back up, rest back down. And what I want you to try and stop, guys, before you go too quickly, is this sort of rocking sensation here. Okay, so watch my body. It's fixed. Bum squeeze. You got the stretch. It's up, down, no rock. Up, down, no rock. It's all about keeping the tension, keeping the hips tight. And then once you're in 10 reps, change legs. Good. And we start with a stretch, remember, guys, on that other leg. So 90-90 with the knees, squeeze the bum, push the weight forward so you get the stretch on the back leg, and then we take this leg out as wide as we can. Good. And again, 10 reps. Avoid that rocking. So keep bum squeeze your back leg. You lift up, back down, lift up, back down. Good. And then once you've done that, one leg out to the side. Toes are pointing forward on it, guys. Okay, so you're not going with the leg pointing out this way. Keep that knee tight, knee straight, should I say. So you're there, and then all we're going to do, stick a bum backwards. We're not trying to sit back. So you keep a hips high, push the weight backwards. So you should feel it inside that straight leg. Good. And change legs. And from there, just going to stretch out the feet, big toe. So sitting on your toes, curled underneath you, and we sit back into it. You should feel almost that stretch from the underside of the foot into big toes. If you can do it more, you lean back more, basically, put more weight through the feet. Go to where it's comfortable for you. Remember the toes are hooked underneath you. Good. And then from there, point the toes backwards. So you're sitting onto the heels. You're stretching the shins this time. Again, if you can go backwards into it to get more weight through the ankle. But again, go to a comfortable position for you. Good. So try to start to get the core fired up for the next bit. We'll still do some ankle mobility at the minute. So we're just going to lean backwards. So we're trying not to be on the hands at all. So you're working here, okay? So we've done the scissor kicks hundreds of times. Ignore the leg movements. It's ankle circles, okay? So as big as you can. You've got 20 going one way, 20 going the other, okay? But it's not, don't just go like this, guys, as quick as you can. As big rotations there as you can. Good. So once you've done that, lay on the back, both arms up, one leg up. So you're there to there. 10 reps each leg. Good. So from there, leg raisers, so you can tuck your thumbs under your bum slightly if you want to. Don't go hands all the way under. We go up, out to the side slightly, back in, out the opposite side. There's more there, out, up, out. Okay, and it's 10 each way. So when you're going out to the side, your back shouldn't roll off the floor. If you're going, if it's rolling off the floor, guys, you're going too wide. So just narrow the angle of the leg position. Again, try not to have your hands all the way under your bum. Think more thumbs under bum. Good. Once you've done those, back to your ankle circles, guys. 20 each way. So it's sat there, then back. 20 circles, nice and big. remember, it's as big circles as you can with those ankles, guys. So don't worry if your legs are completely locked out. You can have a little bend in them. You can even have them up here if you need to. Just get the movement more in the ankles, and it's just challenging the core a little bit. Again, once you've done those, back to your single leg Vsits. So you're back, both arms, one leg. 10 right, 10 left. Good. And again, once you've done those, into your abs wipers. Legs go one way, in and out, in and out. 10 each side again. Remember those V-sits, that upper body's coming off the floor as well, guys. Good. So a little tip, if you've got socks on and you're on hard floor next, guys, you probably want to change it, otherwise you'll end up face planting. So we're going to do walkouts into press ups. So you're there, stood up straight. You hinge at the hips so the legs are straight. Hands down, walk yourself out. Okay, so there you finish in a straight arm plank. When we've done one press up, so you walked out, you go down, up. I want you to then walk a bit further out and then push yourself all the way back in. Okay, so you go, walk yourself out, one press up, walk out as far as you can, walk all the way back in. Okay, we're going to do that 5 times. Off we go. I'm going to watch this just in case we get a face plant on the first one. My money's on you, Jude. And then walk out as far as you can. Then you walk it back in. That's 1 rep. 4 more to go. So that extra little bit is not going to be very far. It's just going to challenge that core a little bit more, challenge your straight arm strength. If you can get your nose to the floor, very impressive. Ian, I think you could go a bit further there, mate. Good. So the next one, guys, make sure you've got a little bit of space behind you, more so in front of you. So I don't want you to smack your head. we're going to do some get ups. So this is the last little bit, but we're going to try and do it on one leg. If one leg doesn't work, go to two, okay? So a single leg squat down, all the way down to the floor. So you're there, back on. What we'll do is, if you're really struggling with that, you squat as low as you can, then we take our hands back with us. Okay, just so it's giving you a bit of support, so I don't want it to crash. Like I say, if that doesn't work, go to both legs. When you're down on the floor, we've got 5 sit-ups each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Then it's that one squat down again. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Off you go. That's it. What you'll probably find as well, guys, the more reps you do, the more confident you'll probably become on that one leg. So we're just going to do this for 2 minutes, guys, and we're done. So don't worry about how many reps you get in, just practice. Nice, slow and steady. Obviously, alternate legs. You do your right leg, then you go into your left. And if you just bend those knees on the sit-ups, mate, that should make it a little bit easier. If you really want to be impressive, guys, see if you can do the get up off one leg as well. Without using your hands, obviously. That's sort of ninja level. Nearly, Jill. Just looked like you had a few glasses of wine when you were just doing it as well. Good, last 30 seconds, guys. Good, and rest there.